and Marley Co. are coming around to give you guys some cookies. So hopefully we have enough. But the three of us together, our little company name is Dough You Even Scoop. So as you get your cookies around here, you guys are probably going to see that your neighbor's cookie is bigger than yours or smaller. That's obnoxious, and I'm sorry if you drew the short end of the stick on that one. It's because we used one of these traditional cookie dough scoops that I have up here that are on the market today. So what happens with those is when you scoop the dough, a layer of residue is left in the bottom of it because the scraper doesn't reach the bottom. So what that does, it totally inhibits the function of the scoop. And it leaves you with unevenly sized cookies. It's just really annoying and it's hard to clean too. So if you see here, if you scoop some dough, you also have some stuck on the outside. And it's really hard to dispense. So anyone that has arthritis or any kind of hand problems, it's going to be difficult for them to use. You can also see here that there's a lot of residue left inside. So that's really the main problem here. So with our new and improved cookie dough design, you can wipe your cookie worries away. This is our new product design. It functions kind of like some scissors, but it also features food-grade silicone coating, so no sticking happens. So all you do is you grab some cookie dough, and the pressure from your hands is evenly dispersed over the surface area of the sphere, and is easily released into evenly sized cookie dough balls with little to no residue left behind.
So here's what you need to know about our scoop. Anybody can use our scoop. There are no small parts that could cause a choking hazard for young kids. And as Sam said before, our scoop is ergonomically made, so if you have arthritis or get hand cramps, that this won't hurt your hand. Also, our scoop, as you can tell, is dishwasher safe, reusable, and we have a food grade silicone, so that's food safe too. You can get our scoop that is effective and efficient for a low price of $12.99, and we ensure that our scoop will leave you with evenly sized cookies and with no annoying cookie dough left behind. So this scoop is the real problem here. You want cookies that are evenly sized, and this doesn't do that. It's hard enough to make evenly sized cookies as it is, and these products are supposed to make it easier, but they actually make it a lot harder. As you can see in our survey results, we surveyed around 300 people in and around the Eastern Shore. So 50% of the people we surveyed found that they get annoyed with unevenly sized cookies. And then of the 43% who have used the cookie dough scoop before, 63% of them had a problem with the dough sticking to the inside of the scoop. So lots of people have tried to fix this problem. Many use their hands or a spoon, just trying to guess and do the best they can to make evenly sized cookies. Others use scoops like we've shown you already, but we've also shown you how they don't work. Some companies have gotten really creative and made things like what you see in the bottom corner down there, things like the bacon pop, which are a teaspoon-like measuring thing that you pop out. But none of these products guarantee you an evenly sized cookie.
So this is our final design. We have our sketch up here, and then to our left, these are some inventor files. It's a 3D CAD program that you can design anything you want. So we totally designed this from scratch, and we sent it to the 3D printer. So pretty much we came up with this design because we wanted it to be smaller than a water bottle. We wanted it to be made of metal, so it'll fit right in with all your other kitchen utensils, easy to use, and durable. And this design pretty much fit the bill.
So this is our first prototype. So we sent the inventor file to the 3D printer and we printed it in a small scale plastic. We used this to finalize our design and make any corrections. We had plans to send this to a manufacturing company to print it in metal, but all our companies fell through in the end, so we didn't get the chance to do that. So we had to make sure that our idea of coating the scoop in silicone would actually work. So we took out the frustration we had with these traditional cookie dough scoops on those scoops themselves.
We broke the scoop so only the actual circular scoop and a single part of the handle remains, and coated the scoop in silicone. We then used the two of these scoops that we had broken, put them together and kind of mimicked our design. And the total cost of these materials for us to test this was about $50.
So to ensure that our scoop worked properly, we had it tested. So the first test we did was an evenness test to ensure that all our cookies turned out even. And the second test we did was a stickiness test to make sure that the cookie dough didn't stick to the silicone in the scoop. As you can tell from these pictures, our cookie balls turned out pretty even, and they were within. They didn't stick to the scoop, and they were all within a correct measurement of evenness.
And so this is our final prototype, which Sam showed you earlier. This right here. It isn't made from metal, which is kind of a bummer. We would have preferred it in metal, but it works just the same in plastic. You will have evenly sized cookies every single time, guaranteed.
Special thanks goes out to our mentor, Mr. Stevens over here, and our wonderful engineering teachers that have dealt with the three of us bickering for the last 4 years, Missy and Miss Harlan, who I don't think is here right now. But we'd be happy to take any questions that you guys have for us.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just great presentation skills. Just very impressive how you rehearsed it. Does it work with other? Did you test it on different types of cookie doughs? I mean, I know you showed chocolate chip a lot, which is fine. But did you try with different makeups to make sure they didn't stick as much? Or?
Actually, I don't think we ever considered that, to be honest with you.
I mean, from my baking experience, cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie dough is the most sticky cookie dough I've used, other than like sugar cookies, but you don't really use a cookie dough scoop for that.
Okay.
So I think if a scoop works with chocolate chip cookie dough, it can work with a lot of other doughs because it is so sticky.
Right. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did a great job in presenting, and I applaud you for the survey results you developed and the research you did on the front end. I was kind of curious about two things, not that I guess you have to have a pretty tough cookie dough, but your joint where the two pieces come together, did that ever break, or what have you done to reinforce the joint?
We actually intended to 3D print a very, very small screw. So right now we have a piece of wire through here to try to hold this together, but the size hole that we made in the CAD program was so small it'd be really, really difficult to 3D print it.
I have one more question related to temperature variations. Not that, again, cookie dough is going to change a lot from one temperature to the other, but have you tried that, either severe cold or severe heat, to see if your scoop holds up?
A little bit. We tested it at room temperature, and then I bring this to school, which I think I've brought like 2 or 3 times on like freezer packs, so it's really cold. So we tested it with that, and then also at about a room temperature, and it worked pretty well both ways.
Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was a great presentation, and I enjoy that you pursued the possibilities of using metal and seeing how difficult that was to contact those types of people out there. My question would be, what design considerations did you have in the beginning that you eliminated, and were they tough to eliminate, or were they close calls? And if you had another 6 months, how would this product change?
That's actually a really good question, because we were going to include our previous designs on here, and last night we took those off. We originally had an idea that was like a caulk gun, that you would pull a lever and you'd have a tube of cookie dough and it dispense. Well, Mom informed me that that already existed, and it has a patent, and it's called a cookie press. So we kind of mixed that. But what do you think?
Well, we also had like a cookie dough pan that you had like little inserts of like circles, so the dough would like spread out evenly. But we also found out that it was manufactured for like restaurants and stuff, so we didn't want to take their idea either. I think if we had another 6 months, we would have made it in metal and see how that worked out, because I think we would have had more time to like contact the company and fix our inventor file. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to do that, but our 3D printer one worked just as well.
Would up the design any differently than you have today?
I think we ought to do more testing to see what worked and what wouldn't work, to see what we would have to change.
Any other questions from anyone else? Oh, yeah. Here is the actual design. It's a little flimsy because of the little wire that we have. But it kind of, you just hold it like scissors, and then it works like salad tongs do, the same kind of movement. And that, the little bit of cookie dough that's left on the outside of that is significantly less than the other products that we have already. Anything else? Yeah.
What happens if you want a bigger cookie?
I guess if, like you were saying, if we had another 6 months, we could probably make bigger sizes. Yeah, otherwise I'd say you're kind of stuck with a little.
You can buy 2 of them. Yeah, you can do them together.
Yeah, there you go.
Any other questions?
All right, well, thanks for your time.